So for me, sim racing is almost the most purest form of motorsport.
What's beautiful about sim racing is that it's getting more realistic. So it's basically the same as driving a real car.
Sim racing is almost the most purest form of motorsport because you can have any type of wheel, you can have any type of computer, and you compete. Certainly using gear from Fanatec for us is really good. It helps with consistency, but you know, the entry point is much lower than real motorsport, and that means that people can get in there and they can compete against the greatest in the world.
The sim racing and real life racing is quite similar. The one thing for sure is that you have the same competition everywhere. It's either it is sim racing or real life racing. The main idea of competition and the racing, it's the same. It doesn't matter if you have the G-forces or not, and that's the thing. What I love about sim racing is that you really compete against the real people. You race against them in the real tracks, real time, through the internet, and yeah, that's awesome stuff. That's what I love about it.
Where will they be in 4 or 5 years? I think it's only getting better, and the car feeling will be better. The hardware is getting much better. So the steering wheel, the forces in the steering wheel, you want it as hard as possible, because a real racing car is tough to drive. It's physically really tough. And hopefully in the future we can develop a way to introduce G-forces in a simulator, so using G-queuing technology. It's something that I've been working on in the simulation center. And yeah, we'll see what it brings in the future. Hopefully a lot of good fun, good training.
So tell us a little bit about how you feel.
Well, actually I'm scared because there's so much people that work for this, and it's going to be live on television, and it's you are just one job: drive fast and keep the car on track. So it scares the shit out of me, really.
Well, I started sim racing in 2008 when I got my first internet connection, and after that I joined to Finnish sim racing league, Traillet.net, and there I find some sim racers from Finland, and after that I learned something from there about the driving, about the hardware, and how to compete at the level I am now. And that was basically the start of the sim racing for me.
Sim racing is in a really unique position at the moment because we merged real life and we merged gaming, and I think the whole kind of real life aspect is, you know, you've got the steering wheel, you've got pedals, and actually it is a one-to-one with the real car. You don't feel the forces, but still it's so close. In addition, we have the gaming side. Now, we don't like to be classed as games. We are sim racers, and I think the big perception and the challenge that we've always got to face is whenever someone sees us do any sim racing, they say, oh, he's playing a computer game. For us, it isn't a computer game. These are, you know, it has to be fun, but driving a car on a real track is fun. So for us, the real life mixed with the kind of the virtual life that we have is a really good place to be.
Yeah, getting the sim racing out there is It's progressing all the time. There's a difference between arcade and real sim racing. There's massive difference because arcade is much more like you might do time attacks or something like that. But when you're doing sim racing, it's very, very similar to real life racing.
Actually, I think once you actually get in the mojo, you get used to kind of driving, you don't need to do that much practice. So we practice kind of on average like 45 minutes to maybe an hour a day leading up to a race. Maybe we get a bit intense the night before, maybe do some multiplayer sessions, but once you're kind of used to a car, and I would say used to a simulation as well, you can just get in that, you'll have a setup that might be close for the track that you want, and then you can just go for it.
Well, it's really, I don't think about it too much. I just try to focus on the practice and getting the most out of the setup. And if you start thinking too much about the expectations and stuff like that, then things go bad really, really quickly. So yeah, I mean, I don't let that affect me too much. Yeah, there's pressure. I mean, I put pressure on myself the most of all, I think, and yeah, there's a lot of pressure before the race gets going. But once the race gets going, then it's okay, and you just focus on every corner. Yeah.
Once again, Rachel, Gregor Hutu shows why he's the greatest road racing sim driver in the world. Then it's the timing of his victories. Come the summer months, there's no driver as fast as him. He racks up 7 wins in a row.
When we, want to keep our team at the top, we're looking for guys that always are good across multiple games or multiple sims. So if you're good across iRacing, if you're good across rFactor 2, if you're good in Gran Turismo even, and you're across each of them, that for us is a true test of kind of, unique ability. So that's what we always look for.